TV Crazy Man here, looking at Goofs from the most legendary stars of Western movies and television of all time, including John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Richard Boone, James Garner, Jack Kelly, Kirk Douglas, and even Chuck Norris. Let's see if we can find some Goofs on the epic 1956 John Wayne Western, The Searchers.
That'll be the day.
The movie is known for its amazing outdoor scenery, most shot way out away from civilization. But there's one scene where they didn't get quite far enough. I'm pretty sure that lady is wearing sunglasses, which haven't been invented yet. And since I probably overdid the time travel bit in previous videos, I'm not going to say that she's a time traveler. I'm thinking it, but I'm not going to say it. Now here's a couple from the movie The Outlaw Josey starring Clint Eastwood. In this scene you can see a window on the wagon where a hidden driver is likely looking through as they control the reins of the horses for the actors. In this scene, notice there's no oxen behind the wagon, but after Josey rides up a little ways to see what some Indians want, he comes right back, and then there's suddenly a bunch of oxen behind the wagon. I'm very tempted to say that's a loaded bull, but I won't. Now let's see if we can find some Goofs in the classic Western movie Rio Bravo, starring a couple of my all-time favorite singers, Ricky Nelson and Dean Martin, and of course the Duke, John Wayne, who opted not to sing in this movie.
Ain't you gonna tell me to get back in there?
No. Stay out here and get shot.
This goof at the shootout at the end of the movie involves Ricky Nelson's character Colorado in a magic hole.
How you doing it?
In the next shot, the hole completely disappeared, but thankfully it was back in the next. Dean Martin walks past a giant concrete pillar that, at least from this shot, looks awfully modern. I really am curious as to what it was. Was this the end of the set?
It's a friend of yours.
That's why he got shot.
In this shot, Angie Dickinson shows her skills as a magician. Check out the bowl in her hand, it just seems to disappear.
It's a friend of yours.
That's why he got shot.
In this scene, there's a slight time loop as John Wayne grabs the same shotgun twice. When I was a kid, I loved watching the 1979 movie The Villain, starring the legendary Kirk Douglas and Arnold, mostly because it was basically a 2-hour Looney Tunes cartoon. When Kirk Douglas,
Porcupine Jack, Prickly Jack, Ninny Sticker John. Oh, it's Cactus Jack,
does the old glue on the tracks bit to trap Arnold, he ends up stuck on the tracks. I read that Douglas did a lot of his own stunts for this movie. When a train hits him Wile E. Coyote cartoon style, you can see he's been given a bar to hold on to that wasn't there before. Also interesting in this scene is the back shot of what I'm pretty sure is a stand-in for Douglas. It's kind of strange he did his own stunts and then they get another dude for this simple 1-second shot. Now here's some classic TV Western goofs that I found recently. In season 11 in the episode Danger Road of Bonanza, Ben Cartwright is involved in a wagon race, but the race gets going so fast they apparently begin to start going forward into the future. I like to thank the person that sent me this picture on Facebook. It shows the trucks more clearly than anything I was able to get. You know, sometimes when you're watching a Western and really getting into it, you might forget that this is just a TV show or a movie. That is, until you see trucks on the side. On the pilot episode of Briscoe County Jr., a 90s sci-fi western, Briscoe, played by Bruce Campbell, makes a death-defying leap to avoid the bad guy's gun. But when they show him falling in one shot, it looks like he was dropped off by a helicopter. How did he get so far away from the side of the mountain? Remember the western series Laramie? When Slam and Jess reunite at the end of the episode The Star Trail, you can clearly see automobile tire tracks on the road. You know, you might think a person living in the Old West might notice something strange like that. You know, you really don't want to mess with Paladin from Have Gun Will Travel. So I'm going to cautiously tell you about a few goofs I found recently. On the first episode of Have Gun Will Travel, starring Richard Boone as Paladin and guest starring a young Jack Lord from Hawaii Five-0, Lord gets replaced for just a moment by a stuntman who looks nothing like him. On the episode The Great Mojave Chase, Claude Akins guest stars as a bad guy and in one scene yells out that Paladin has dropped his small pistol.
He dropped the gun!
But he does so right before the fact.
He dropped the gun!
On the episode The Long Night, Paladin is chasing this bad guy, and when the bad guy is about to get William Shallard, Paladin jumps out from behind the rock without his hat, and without any other shots in between. The very next thing we see is Paladin running around with his hat back on. Kind of reminds me of this classic outtake where Boone shows that either he has a stuntman or a twin brother. In this next episode, No Visitors, Thing from the Addams Family makes a guest appearance. Now if you've seen some of my other Goofs videos, you know that Thing got a lot of work back then, making sure that doors were shut all the way. Must have been some sort of union thing. See if you can spot this goof in the background of the episode entitled Episode in Laredo.
Go, Ronnie, go cricket! Hi! Go, Ronnie, go cricket! Hi!
I guess they probably thought that nobody would notice that big old truck out there on old TV sets. Now let's take a quick detour to a more modern day western featuring some of the best goofs that I dug up for a recent video on Walker, Texas Ranger, starring Chuck Norris. And let's hope that he doesn't find out that I did this. Durette's 1994 Firebird becomes an earlier model when about to crash. Looks like it might be in the 1980s. On the episode, The Reunion, bad guys dare to attack Walker on the road in a Ford. But strangely, their car morphs into a Chevy soon afterwards and finishes off as a Ford again. During that same chase, the bar on the front of Walker's truck gets all bent out of shape and heals itself once the bad guys crash. Makes you wonder, did Chuck Norris will his vehicle to heal itself using some kind of martial arts skill that's unknown to the general public?
That is what the eye sees, what the soul sees, cannot be denied.
Well, you never know. You know, the fighting skills of Chuck Norris are amazing, of course. But what is really amazing is how he can get soda from a machine without having to hit the selection buttons. I guess they just better be glad Walker is an honest man, because I'm pretty sure those sodas would have came out where he put money in there or not.
Don't start that again.
On the episode, Till Death Do Us Part, Walker runs across a dry bridge to save a family in a car that's about to fall off. Of course, naturally, Walker manages to get everyone out, but ends up not so lucky himself. Now, everyone that ran to save Walker from the wreck had to go through a lot of mud to get there. Strange that Chuck's boots were so muddy as well, isn't it? You know, it's almost like Chuck had to walk through the mud to get into the car. But that can't be. I mean, Walker was in the car the whole time, right? On the episode Flashback, Martin Cove throws a snake into Walker's truck. He was taking time off from beating up on the Karate Kid. Anyway, the window he threw the snake in is now up when Walker jumps in to chase Cove. Chuck has to stick his arm right in the snake's face in order to get it to bite him. You see, obviously the snake was too frightened to bite Chuck Norris without provocation. Lots of it. Like, stick his hand right in his face. That was the only way to get him to do it. And now some of the goofs that I found on a recent Maverick video that I uploaded. On the episode Black Fire, Maverick's horse changes colors twice.
You know, friend, a man can lose more than his money with talk like that.
On the episode The Third Rider, Bar jumps off a baggage car and changes clothes in the middle of the jump somehow. Here's one for the Twilight Zone on the episode Rope of Cards.
Seems you don't need no license to go shooting off your mouth.
When Charlie here is seen on the witness stand and sitting in the courtroom at the same time. Either he's really fast, he is a twin, or maybe this is just a case of a doppelganger. But it is strange when you think about it. I wonder what happened to the letters on the train car on the episode Easy Mark.
Don't ask.
Of course, if you flip the film around, the letters look normal.
As my old pappy once said, in the midst of life, we are in jail.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. In the episode, with the title it sounds like Marquesa or Marquesa, I think, the lady grabs a gun, shoots at the bad guy, then immediately drops the gun, only to apparently pick it back up really quickly so Bart can take it away again. On the episode Kiz, I found a couple of 1930s cars, and this one is likely due to the use of stock footage. Or maybe time travel. I'm just not prepared to completely rule out time travel as a possibility. But regardless of how the cars got there, it is always fun to find cars in the Old West. Maverick fans, don't miss my Maverick video with more goofs and lots of cool facts and memories that you might have forgot. Chuck Norris fans, don't miss my Walker Texas Ranger video for lots of cool trivia facts and some more goofs. If you haven't seen some of my other Western Goofs videos, check those out for more Western fun. Let me know what you thought of this video. Share your memories in the comments. Please hit like and subscribe for classic TV and movie fun facts, goofs, and more on the TV Crazy Man channel. Y'all have a great day.